Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for September 10th, 2014, Wednesday morning around 7:10 Billerica, Massachusetts. Looks like some cloudy skies, and hopefully the sun could break out later on in the day. There's some chance of some raindrops and sprinkles and stuff. High's going to be around 70 or so. Low humidity and stuff, and fall's coming. Some news to report: the Baltimore Orioles beat the Boston Red Sox by the score of 4-1. The Red Sox will be finishing with an under 500 record officially now, because they've suffered their 82nd loss this season. Also, the Detroit Tigers are now tied with the Kansas City Royals for first place in the AL Central. That's going to be a race, a real true pennant race, and the winner of that division is probably going to get, that's the only playoff spot I think could come out of the AL Central. And sad news to report in the world of professional wrestling: former WWE and WCW wrestler Sean O'Haire passed away at the age of 44. Very sad for a pro wrestler to die so young. Cause of death unknown as of this time. And also some history notes. 30 years ago today Bill Cullen took over as host of the classic game show The Joker's Wild in syndication. Bill replaced host and creator Jack Barry, who passed away earlier like in 1984. And Joker's Wild lasted 2 more years in syndication with Bill as host, but Bill was not suited for the fast pace of the Joker's Wild. It turned into a slow-paced game, and that doomed the Joker's Wild. And also, 8 years ago today, Hoodoo Girl Jessica was the 27th Hoodoo Girl of Boston to wait on me at least 10 times. There's going to be a blog about the 10 greatest Hoodoo Girls of Boston of all time in the near future. And that's about it on the news and some historical stuff. My first subject of the day is about the Red Sox and what they need to do in the off-season to become a better team in 2015. The Red Sox this year have disappointed a lot of people, because when they won the World Championship last year, people would think they would repeat or go back into the playoffs. But I think this season was very disappointing, because all the Red Sox players last year had awesome years, career years. Everything clicked for them at the right time. And this year, I think maybe it was World Series hangover and stuff, and they couldn't get it together. Plus, a lot of the key Red Sox players' contracts were coming up, like John Lester's pitcher and a couple of other ones. And at the trading deadline, the non-waiver trading deadline, they had to get rid of a lot of their players, like John Lester and Jake Peavy and John Lackey, the pitchers, and Johnny Gomes. They all are gone from the Red Sox, and they're going to be finishing with a losing record this year. I think the first idea, the number one idea the Red Sox should do to make their team a better for 2015 and get more fan interest is make a blockbuster trade for Marlins right fielder Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton is like a star player, and he's supposed to be a free agent in 2 years for the Marlins. The Marlins aren't going to re-sign Stanton to a long-term contract extension, because that's how they operate. When a player gets good for them, they don't want to pay the money for them, and they trade them away or let them go for free agency. I think this would be a perfect opportunity for the Red Sox to make a big splash in 2015 if they could trade for Giancarlo Stanton in the off-season. The Red Sox could have a package of players, maybe trade Jackie Bradley Jr., Will Middlebrooks, a couple of pitching prospects for Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton's only 24 years old, and he's going to be probably one of the best outfielders in the game for the next 10 years if he stays healthy. And this is a good trade the Red Sox should make. The Red Sox could get Stanton in his prime. I think he's tailor-made for Fenway Park, and he's probably going to hit a lot of home runs at Fenway Park if the Red Sox trade for him. Stanton's having a career year this year, and he's probably going to be one of the odds-on favorites to win the National League's MVP award. His top competition is Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers, who's having a monster year pitching-wise, but a lot of voters would probably want to vote for an everyday player as MVP, and Stanton's having a monster year, and in my opinion, he's probably going to get the National League MVP award this year instead of Kershaw, and Stanton's eligible for arbitration for the Marlins this year, and I don't think the Marlins would want to pay his big what he was commanding, so I think the Red Sox and Marlins should make a trade in the offseason. There's going to be other teams after him who are interested in Stanton, the Cubs, the Yankees, and a couple of others. But the Red Sox need a star player like Stanton just to get interest in the team again. Or do you think you'll be probably seeing an empty Fenway Park the next couple of years because the Red Sox core is aging, Dustin Pedroia aging, Ortiz is aging. The Red Sox need a star player to have like sellouts at Fenway Park. If not, they're going to be mediocre for many more years. So Red Sox ownership do the right thing and trade for Stanton in the offseason and sign him to a long-term extension contract, because you're going to get a great player for the next several years if he stays healthy. That's about it on that. I'll be back later on in the day for 2 more video vlogs. The week 2 of the NFL picks, and my personality profile will be the late great game show host Jack Nas. Have a good day, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.